Fantastic. Yes. Hello, everybody. Today is Sunday, January the 22nd, and we are going to work on, I'm going to kind of combine, smish it up a little bit, parts of Kabbalah and the tarot card, the Emperor, number 4. And this is something that's gonna, I feel that I need that. I need that Emperor today. I need to slash away some things, you know. There's some dragons outside my house that, you know, got to get rid of. So I think this is going to be a good class for me today. Let's go ahead and begin in prayer. Would anyone like to pray us in? Okay, I will. Let's just settle back for a moment and breathe in and breathe out. On each inhale, breathe in all things positive and the things that it feeds. And as we exhale, just right now, just exhale all negativity into oblivion. So there's no trace of what's not needed. And as we stand knowing that creation is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, let's just know that that nature is who we are. That is our true being. And as our personalities have grown, they may have needed armor, they may have needed protection, they may have needed just to be able to have a signature of itself. We merge our personalities, our ego, into our creation self. All things are needed. All things are available. All things are given to us. All peace is provided. All wholeness, all oneness is there. All knowledge, all power, all presence is in creation. And as we allow ourselves to be that self, as we walk around, as we think, as we talk, as we move, just know that the inner and the outer are of the same texture, of the same thing. There is no separation. And as we breathe in again,
hello,
we exhale wholeness, oneness, and truth to each and every one of us, to the rest of the world, to all of our community, all of our friends, every living thing, and everything that we call inadequate or something that is not necessary for us. We breathe life into those things so that we only see life, we only see love, we only see good, we only see benefit. And with that, we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
Hey there, girlie.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I missed you. I'm glad you called us today.
Me too. I was like, oh my gosh, I was running late.
Oh, well, we're really just getting started. We were running late. It was me. It was me.
It's okay. I'm just happy to be here.
But today we're going to be working with the card, the number 4 of the major arcane, which is the Emperor. And I just had it and did something with it, and now I can't find it.
Which one?
So, but let's just do a quick little run through of what we already know. So y'all tell me what you think of the food while I'm looking for this card. Tell me what you think of what you know about the food. No guesses?
Hold
Y'all
on.
please have a guess.
I'm looking.
You gonna make me call on
I'm
somebody?
a visual.
Well, it's a very, from what I've taken from it, it's a very beginner card. It's a very childlike card, so it's a very strong card because it starts the journey that you are on. And it gives you, and it shows you that the protection and the guidance that you have to be on this journey, it just doesn't tell you that this journey is going to grow into another way of moving. So it's a very strong, it's that beginner card, which strong card.
Exactly. It's that ultimate card of creation. It is creation itself. It is, it's innocent, it's all-knowing, it's completely trusting. What can happen when you are everything? How can anything harm you or get you over and indulge if all of it is who you are? So that's one of the wonderful things about the food for a visual. Yeah, the 0 card. Okay, so now what about the magician? What about the magician? Y'all need a visual on him too? Y'all gonna make me do some work. Y'all know, y'all.
I mean,
y'all know I'm looking for a card. I can't do it all.
I'm trying to be a gentleman and just, but.
Okay, yeah. Harry, because you got a blur in your background, we can't see. Yeah, there you go. You got to put it right up by your face. There you go. Yeah. So what's that?
The magician?
Yes. What does that card? What does that card mean for you?
Like I said, I wasn't prepared for the day. It means that let's see, miracles using all of the powers of the universe to help achieve whatever it is you desire. I think kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the universe giving me all the powers that I need. And if you look at the card closely, all of the pentacles, cups, and all are represented in that card.
Right.
I finally found it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Were you about to say something, Maria?
Oh, no,
I'm sorry.
I found the card. That was it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's and that's that first like the step into our ego self, but it's, we have that connection with creation to be, so that creation just pours itself into us. We don't even, there is no need for there is no need for knowledge, like say, you know, the knowledge comes through creation, and it's evident by where it places itself, you know, in say like on the board. So, you know, like if you're reading to someone, or if you flip the card for yourself that day, you can be able to sense the power that is within you, because you are in that position where you know it all. And that is that is a good place to be. Okay, so what about the high priestess? Tell me a little something about her. Or just what y'all think, or just what y'all think.
Well, High Priestess, it's a card that reminds me of balance and order and structure. You know, you can tell that it seems to be a pillar card to me. So it gives you the choice of light. So it gives you that choice of light or dark. It gives you that choice of how you choose to maneuver, to me personally.
Well, the high priestess, there you go. Can you all see it with Harriet showing it? I don't know why my camera does that. Y'all can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that is. Probably trying to tell me it's time for a new computer. But anyway, yeah. Thank you, Andre. Thank you. Anybody else on any of the cards that we've gone over so far? Does anybody else have any other, you know, questions or comments or?
Yeah, I do. I know you went over the cards before. It's been a while since I did this with you, but I still get lost with it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't comprehend. You know, when Harriet had the picture of one, would you say he was the miracle worker or whatever? Was that? Am I saying that? Right? He just looked like a man roaming in the woods to me. See, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be funny. You know, I don't comprehend none of this, but I'm listening. Maybe
well, the good thing about tarot is what tarot does. You know, most people say tarot cards are evil, tarot cards are for witches, tarot cards are, you know, you can't tell your future. You know, who wants to see their own death? All of those are the things that kind of we might have the concept of what tarot cards are, but what tarot cards really truly have been meant for from the beginning of time is for us to be able to understand ourselves and our connection with our creator.
Okay.
So when we are so when you see yourself, you know, when we see the fool, one thing we know about people who have
now that's supposed to be the fool, right?
Yes, this is the fool.
Okay, but it looked like he's just, him and his dog is sitting out looking out across. That's how I look at the cards. That's
exactly all. And that's how we look at the cards, because you know this person can seem foolish on the outside to somebody looking out. You know, it can seem foolish that this person is just walking around, and you could actually let's see, my original deck I had is a better deck. And I don't know what I did with that big giant deck. I did something. Oh,
now who is that you holding, Harry?
That's the fool.
That's the fool right there. And if you can see it, he's about to like walk off of a cliff. So people who say you pick that card first thing, and that card will mean that you have so much trust in your creator that you don't mind looking foolish. I know that I can walk off this, what you think of as a ledge, but you don't see the path. You can't see my path. And so some of the things so when we're looking at ourselves, when we're seeing tarot and we happen to pull a card for ourselves or for someone else, we're, when we see the Fool, we can say, oh yeah, this card is telling you that you have so much confidence in who you are in truth. You have so much confidence in God. You have, you have absolute utter faith in this thing. So you really cannot make a mistake. You can't hurt yourself and you can't hurt anybody else. See, those are some of the things that you can think when you pull a card like that. And the next card up, see, they go like this. So they go, we got the Fool, we have the Magician, and the Magician is that next card in evolution, where we have we are connecting our spirit and our flesh together. We know that these things are only one, So when you see something, and I'm sure that everybody has had a situation like that. Who hasn't thought of something and then 2 weeks later, that thing comes to be? It comes into your hand, I need $20. Then, a friend gives you $20, So these are, so these are that type of miracle mindedness. And these things look like magic. You look magical because everywhere you go, you have so much. Me and my daughter, we call it coupon. You got so many coupons that, you can walk up to any stand and here's a free coupon for a Maserati. Here's a free coupon for new and lasting love. So this is some of the things that when you receive the Magician, that you can realize how easy the manifestation process is when we are totally and absolutely connected to our source and the divine. This third card, the High Priestess, we had talked about this. This is the one that where Andre said, it seems like pillars to him. And, there's that deciding factor between, positive and negative, good and evil. So this is that card like that. And everything that we see when we see our tarot, we look within ourselves, because these cards, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
reflect.
They're like surrogates, for who we are. They give birth to ourselves, so these are some of the things when we're looking at tarot, we see this as ourselves. So we seeing that she, the priestess, thank you. The High Priestess, when we see her, then we're seeing in ourselves, we know we're in this sense of feminine strength, justice. We sit firmly in this place where now, whereas in with the Fool, we're absolute in God. Now, and the first one, with the Magician, we beginning to settle in ourselves. Now we're with the High Priestess, we're getting to become more centered in our environment, because now we have positive and negative that can affect us. But we stand firm in femininity, which is like life affirming, life giving. So we stand firm. Well, not stand. We're seated. So we're comfortable. We're comfortable sitting on that throne. Understanding, you know, how creation flows through us, and we're fertile, continuously fertile all the time, fertile with ideas, fertile with love, fertile with anything that it is that we have a need. So you know, so when you're looking at tarot, you're looking at like a map. That's a good way to put it. We're looking at a map to our wholeness and our God and our God self. And along the way, we can find out what things are about to affect us, you know, psychologically, physically. Who are these people that are in us? What lesson are we in at this point in time? So that's the whole purpose of like a reading. When we have an Joanne, have you ever had a reading?
Yeah, and I wouldn't go back, and I don't want to go into it, but I lost a lady predicted I was a young woman. What was I, 27? Yeah, I was living in New York at the time, and she predicted that I would lose a male in my life, right? And within a couple of months, I did lose a male in my life, my only brother. So I said I never would go back to a reading again.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, and that is really important. So I'm glad that we have an opportunity to talk about that with reading, because like I said, a reading is like a forecast of your life. You know?
I understand that part, but I don't want to know anymore, Penelope.
Yeah.
For me personally, behind losing, this was my only brother, from my natural brother from my mother. I don't know of any other siblings.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that took a toll on me. So that's why I said I don't understand the cards. I went to a reading in New York City. And you know they got plenty of readers up there. Okay. And so a lot that she told me that she foreseen in my future happened. And I don't want to know anymore behind it.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not knocking anybody that goes to a reading, please. Okay, but it devastated me. It was like my arm was cut off. So maybe that's why I just look at the cards as pictures, you know, and I've seen cards. I've been to a reading once in my life, and that lasts me a lifetime.
Yeah. And so thank you for that. Thank you for that, because one of the things that I like to tell people, and anybody who's had a reading from me, you know, know that I want people to understand that not to have fear, you know, not to create an avenue where you know, information can be harmful. You know, I always like to you know, first of all, I always start off in prayer like I do everything else. But you know, I also want people to understand how we are privy, you know, privy to the wholeness and the oneness of creation. But you know, when you can do tarot and it not have anything to do with anybody else. You can do tarot and it's just simply for you. You know, you don't even have to look for future in tarot. Oh, I did something to my screen. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? I hope
No, I can't.
Okay, that's good. I touched something. There we go. But anyway, because like each card basically, like I said, basically is you. You know, you can just look at the cards, look at the picture, and if this looks peaceful to you, then that's a sign of peace. That's a sign where you can know that where you are fully connected, you know, or you know, you can take it or leave it like like anything else in life, you know. But let me move on. So I you know, I also kind of wanted to review the Empress. The Empress is she's like pregnant with, and here she is again in, you know, with the crescent of the moon. So she's always pregnant with potential. You know, there's always some, you know, some potential good about to happen, you know. And so these are the things that she can see. It, you know, I have this glare from this lamp here. I didn't, you know, there we go. Is that better without the glare? So she's, you know, constantly, she's filled up with potential. She's like, you know, mothering, loving. So if you pull a card for yourself, you know, and this is the card that you pull, then you understand that, you know, where you are right now in your life is filled with potential, you know, and you know with potential, you know, you can have potential positivity or potential negativity. This is something for the last couple of times that, you know, last couple of cards I haven't really talked about things being in reverse. But when something is in reverse, when you pull a card and it's in reverse, it means a couple of things. You know, negative. You know, it can be negative, and instead of you know, full of good potential, it could be full of negative potential. You know, we've seen those things too in our lives. But also the you know, when a card is in reverse, it also kind of means that, you know, you're headed in the wrong direction. Just need to turn around and go back the other way. So it's like a card of repentance, you know, where, you know, you are, you know that this is the brick wall. This is, you know, this is the edge that I don't want to fall off on, because I have fallen off this edge before, but I'm walking straight back to this edge. So, you know, so when something is in reverse, it's telling you to turn around and go back. Or it could be telling you, this is a brand new lesson. This is something that you're just about to learn. You're not familiar with these, with the scenarios. You're not familiar with the situation, you know, so it's going to be something new that you will learn. So just because it's in reverse, it doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. Just because it's negative, it doesn't mean that it's bad.
Could it also mean that you should be cautious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you first learning how to do anything, you're going to be cautious anyway. You know, if you really don't know how to cook, you're going to be very cautious when you're messing around with the stove, you know, just because it's new to you, you know. So you're going to step lightly, you're going to tread lightly, but you're really paying attention. And especially if you know that there's a lot of good in it, you know, there's a lot of good in baking a cake, you know, it tastes delicious, you know, at the end. So you want to, you know, hit the, you know, get the amount of beats just right. You want to put in the right amount of ingredients to, you know, so to make it come out nice and fluffy, you know. So these are the things that you're paying attention to in this new lesson that you have. So when you see it, so when you get a card and it's in reverse, then you just know just to pay more attention, be more vigilant. You know, you might just simply need to turn around, you know, go, but you know, this is the same brick wall, y'all. This is the same dead horse. You can't, it's not, y'all don't care how much you whip him, he's not coming back. He's gonna be dead forever. So it's time for you to, you know, just, you know, turn around, go back the other way. So this is one of the things that you see in when you have a card that's in reverse. So now, any questions about this? And thank you, Joanne, for your question. Thank you. Any other
You're
questions?
welcome.
Any other questions or comments on the cards that we've just had?
I do. Just for curiosity, mine, I have the Rider deck and the High Priestess on the towers next to her. I have initials B and J.
Yes, yes. And I know what that means. I
I
do.
know, I was trying to like look, I was like, what B and J?
Yes,
What?
it means something. You are absolutely right. I'm gonna tell you in just a minute because I know that and I don't know it off the top of my head, but I do know it. Okay, let's see.
We went over this.
I read it
Yeah,
somewhere, but I don't
it-
remember.
This alludes to Boaz and Jachin, pillars from the temple of Solomon, and to all pairs of opposites in our lives. So I don't know who Jachin is. You know, my especially Old Testament. I do remember Boaz married Ruth, right? I think Boaz was married to Ruth, or I think it was a couple of Boazes. So I don't know which one they're talking about. So I really don't, but it appears that Boaz and Jachin were opposites. So they one, so
How do you
this
spell that?
J
AC, Jacqueline.
Jacin.
Oh, I put a Q in there. Okay. And
Mhm.
then Boaz, the way you hear it, right?
Boaz, Boaz, yes.
I
Mhm.
was wondering because yeah, because like one is the pillars, one is dark and the other one's light.
Right, right. And that's
Where the J is, it's the light one, and
Mhm.
Boaz is the darker pillar.
Right.
So it just caught my attention. It caught my attention. I was like, oh,
So
okay.
what do you feel? What do you feel about that when you saw that and it caught your attention? What give me your emotions of what you felt about that.
Yeah, sometimes in life, I know she's sitting there in the middle, but if you have faith in everything, you'll be caught in between lots of difficulties, but just continue to have that faith and it'll come out. You'll come through. That's what I feel in between those two.
Mhm. That's
So
fantastic. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, that's important because once that's one of the things we want to get from tarot. And one of the things that tarot does is tarot gets us to that point where we are so intuitive, because that's one of the main purposes of the cards, is to build our intuition. I'm gonna pick on you for a second, Joanne. Whoever that reader was so in tuned with the universe, with our space, that she knew certain things that would affect Joanne. I mean, certain things about Joanne's life that she told her that they were accurate. And that's what we want to be, that in tune with our God self, so that as everything that there is no fear in anything. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're trying to tell me.
I'm not trying to tell you anything.
No.
Really,
What
honestly,
I'm saying, I understand what you're saying. Let me say
Mhm.
it that way. Okay. But I'm in tune with myself. I don't want to know if my children are going to die. I know death is coming to all of us.
Right. Yeah, but that's not
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Nope.
No,
Well,
I mean,
maybe I got it wrong, because I mean, I feel I'm in tune with the universe and just different things I don't want to know, and I'm not afraid. That took a toll on me. That's all.
Right. Okay.
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead, T-Man.
I'm learning tarot myself. I'm not really informed on it as much, but that's because, first of all, one thing about it is I don't play card games. I don't really match numbers or do things like that. It's just something that that's nothing bad about it. It's just something that I never really got into. As far as tarot, yeah, I heard the little weird stories. I've had my experience with tarot, and I've not had a bad situation. I've had, you know, any situation that usually will happen in life because it's just life. I can't, I've never looked upon and said, okay, well, because of this, this has happened, or I knew that this was going to happen because of this. Uh, I see warning signs before anything. And that's whether a flip of a card of anything. So with me, to ease my mind of if there's any uneasiness about the study, take it as that if you know how to play poker, or if you know how to play spades, and you can read the king and the queen and the ace, the jack, you can switch the card to make your two of spades a, you know, a higher card, and make it a joker, which is your fool. So it's more or less looking at the cards the way that you know the cards when you're dealt cards in your hand when you're playing a game. Those are the cards that you're dealt in your hand. You can get mad at the game, but the game is the game. So not to necessarily call it a game, but it's a learning experience instead of us looking at it from a point of view of it's our fortune, whether it can make or break us, or what's coming can make or break us. It should be telling us to suit up and get our armor on, because we're about to go through something where we're gonna have to be strong, and there's nothing we can do about stopping it. So it's more or less looking at it from that point of view, which is, I think, the card that Penn is going into in a minute, which you know, so I don't want to go above, but I just wanted to add that to what we're speaking of. It's not a full fortune. It's something that's, you know, you're gonna see something that you're either gonna change your mind about, or something's gonna affect you. There's no stopping that. You know, if you got a renege on playing spades and you got a renege because you missed that point, you're gonna lose them 3 cards. Hey, you gotta lose those $3. That's life.
Yeah, and if I can jump in, because I don't want you, I mean, I want to understand what I mean by the word fear. What I mean by fear is that it's that place in faith where all caution is thrown out. You know, we have, so that's what I mean by fear. I don't mean, you know, trembling or anything like that. I just think of, you know, when we think of Jesus, and one of my favorite Bible scriptures is when when, you know, Jesus was out there with the crowd, and I don't know, he had just done some miracle. And then I'm gonna be real quick, then I'll move on. He was out there he had been out with the crowd, he's doing some kind of miracle. And then, I don't know, he's giving the crowd a lecture. He's telling the priest that, you know, woe be to you, you ain't nothing but this. And he's telling the crowd that your daddy is the devil, you know. Now they all freaked out, and they're so angry with him that they wanted to pick him up and throw him off a mountain, off a cliff, you know. But he had so much balance, and maybe that's a better word than fear. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, you know, because it's not negative. Even when you're seeing something in reverse, and even when we're getting being all intuitive, because first of all, you're not gonna know what you don't need to know. I mean, starting off with that, you're not gonna know what you don't need to know. And if you don't want to know something, you won't see that thing, because because that's what intuition does. Intuition understands you, because you are intuition. You know, it's your intuition. I only used you as an example just then because I wanted to talk about intuition. You know, in my opinion, if this person was more intuitive, she would have given you this information in a way that it would not have upset you all these many years later, because that left an impression, a deep
She
impression.
gave it to me in a loving way.
Okay.
This just didn't happen overnight. It happened like maybe 2 or 3 months after the, you know what I'm
Right, but
saying?
I mean,
After the
it was a direct result of the reading.
right,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
mean,
because you
other
will
than
have
that,
readings like that. Yeah.
yeah, she gave me she didn't leave me in fear at all. Well, oh, this is gonna, no, she didn't present it to me like that. Like I told you, I was 28 years old. I was
Right.
going on 28. I was 27 going on 28, you know. And I'll never forget it. And that's why I think that I'm doing good just listening to you, because I used to have a
I
fear of
think
these
you are
cards.
too.
You have to understand, I'm 73 years old, and I was raised that a lot of that was voodoo and stuff. I'm just saying, you know, so I just sit back and I listen, that's all.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that you do, because this is really so important. You know, a lot of times when we are building our wholeness and our awareness, and to me, you are living right now, you are living fearlessly, you know, because you know, it's, you know, when you realize that a lot of things that we have been taught, we have not been taught for our good. We have been taught for the good of a different entity, you know, whether that is, you know,
control. That's what I
control,
think a lot. Yeah.
You know, so you know, and here we go. That's what tarot does. Tarot opens that path within yourself so that you can see how to branch out, or even if you need to. You know, it's 72 cards in the deck. You know, you don't have to, you don't have to do it like that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that, first of all, congratulations to you. I'll give you a hand clap as soon as I can find the reaction, you know. Well, I see a thumbs up anyway. Oh, and here's something else, another reaction I can see. Here's a thing. Oh, of course you can't see it because my computer is acting like that. But yeah, this is what tarot does. You know, it brings us to this point. Hold on a second. Why is he gonna turn that down? You know I'm doing my class. Hold on a second, Joe. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, congratulations to you, Joanne. First of all, that you trust us so much. You know, that you trust us so much. That right there shows your love for us. Because you know, we're not gonna, you know, we not, if we going down a scary path, we taking our sword with us. So here you go, Joanne. You done led us right into you done led us right into our lesson today.
Yeah, well, thank you for telling me that, because when I seen what the topic was, once, you know, I got on, I said, now, do I really want, but I just wanted to be in your present. That's the truth.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, and you know, we're not gonna turn you into a tarot reader, but then again, you might wanna...
maybe you
never know.
Yeah, I'll get ready to
never
say.
know.
I'll get ready to say.
You never know. You know what I'm saying? But I just appreciate getting knowledge from you all. That's all.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. And so we're gonna start off with the Emperor. Okay, so y'all remember the Empress. She's full of light. She's like the Earth Mother, and I don't know what I did with my cards already. Oh, here it is. She's packed with potential. What do y'all just think about the Emperor? What does this card mean to you when you what you know, now that you're looking at, what does it look like to you? Just based on looks alone. Oh, go ahead, Maria. You're muted.
Stability.
Mm-hmm.
Um, trying to see if I can find mine.
Yeah.
Protect.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see, is he older?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stability. He's
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck right there. Hold on, let me think.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Andre?
Yes. I was waiting. I was waiting.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he waiting on you, Harriet.
Oh.
No, I was waiting for Miss Maria to go ahead. She hit the nail on the head. Definitely stability.
Mm-hmm.
Also strength and a weight, a responsibility, a wisdom, and with that responsibility, it's he's looking out towards let me see if you all can see me. He's
Oh, sorry.
the way,
Can you
the
see
way
it?
that the card, yeah, the way that the card is to me, he's facing this direction. So he's facing the people. So it's a leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a necessarily stable, but a leadership role where he can sit and people do listen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. How about you, Harriet?
Well, he's sitting on a throne, and to me, that means power, control, because we consider anybody that's on the throne, we think of the first word that comes to mind as far as humanity is concerned is a king or a queen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and from biblical times forward, that means power and control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. Exactly. Exactly. And this is like pure male energy, your masculine side,
Mhm.
you're using all of your masculine energy there. So your last card, the Empress, because remember we're building up from total total oneness in creation to maneuvering and operating in this third dimensional earth plane or in your life. So now we had potential femininity. Now we have masculinity. And it's like unadulterated, unapologetic masculinity. He got his sword out. Come over here if you want to. Now the young people got a thing that says, F you and F something. It means blank around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is who he is, and he's in this place where, okay, I have seen that that there are negative and positive forces around me. I understand that, and I understand that, yes, I am always bringing in some new potential, but I have to defend that too. I have to defend this sense of self. That's one of the things that we understand, that we're finding out about the ego. The ego shouldn't be all that we see. We shouldn't think that, I shouldn't only think that, I'm Penelope. I should understand the fullness of myself, but I should be able to respect, care enough for, love myself enough to defend this ego self of me, of who I am. So this is what the emperor does. The emperor is in defense of all things. What did they say when you want to become president of all enemies, foreign and domestic. This is what the emperor does. One of the things that, because I said I wanted to add in some a little bit
Kabbalah.
of Kabbalah along with this. So this is number 4. He's number 4, of course. And let me put this, I got too much stuff, y'all. Too much stuff out. I went overboard. Okay.
I have a curiosity on this card that I'm
Yes.
looking at.
Mhm.
He's on the throne,
Uh-huh.
but there on top, on each corner on where he's sitting too, there's animals. Or I'm not sure what it is. If it's, do you see it?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
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 And also on the ends of the arms as well. And
Mhm.
I think that's the ram, which is a sign of Aries.
I thought, I was like, is that literally like it looks like one of the signs, a horoscope sign. I couldn't remember which one, but then I was like, let me
Mhm.
ask. Okay.
Yes, and that's the rider weight deck.
So you could buy cards and they're all different. They're the same, represent the same thing, but different. It shows different pictures. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
Yes. They're just like Bibles. Just like Bibles. Just like you have a different interpretation of Bibles, you have a different interpretation to tarot decks. And all of the information is something that we can work with. And you have the rider weight deck, correct? Yeah. So
Yeah.
So you got the 2 rams, you got 4 rams surrounding you.
Yes.
So what sign is that, Andre? So tell us a little bit about Aries and its astrological position.
Well, when it comes to Aries, it's of course the mythical god of Greek god, which is Roman god, which is Mars, which is the god of war. So it holds that that masculinity that you're talking about, that aggression, that power scheme, that warlike behavior to challenge and accept a challenge as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's that competitiveness in us, that defiant streak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how did that make you feel? What energy does that evoke in you, Maria?
I don't know. At this moment, I'm just feeling a heaviness on that,
Okay.
on my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
I gotta see if one of my kids are girls or somebody's Aries.
Okay. All right. Could
That's
be.
what yeah. I gotta,
You're getting something personal.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's my intuition. That's my gut feeling that this, or just off of the content. My girls, between them two, and my oldest says, I gotta go to go to see her sister. But then I was like, well, something's going on. So I called the sister and say, hey, what's up? Nothing, everything's fine. But next thing you know, it wasn't her, it was my oldest.
Mm.
So, and it was like, I thought something was going on, and it's just a gut
Mhm.
feeling. That's why I called. But yeah, I gotta figure this out. But yeah, that's pretty much for
The
now.
mystery
Sorry.
is afoot. The mystery is afoot. So what are your thoughts so far, Harriet? What are you thinking?
What I'm seeing, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And that means the top. And of course, the emperor being sitting on the throne is at the top of his realm. Personally, I don't at this moment feel any connection, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just, kind of like, okay, this is what he is, this is what the emperor represents, kind of thing. And that's where I am right now
Mm-hmm.
at this
Excuse
moment.
me, I'm gonna step away just for about 3 minutes to let my dog out.
Okay.
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 Well, I mean, it's a very, with me, me personally, it's a very personal card to me. I usually get this card pulled. Along with a cup of cups. I usually always get this card pulled. And and depending on looking on how the card is or where you are and how you're looking at the card yourself, someone can tell you what the card is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can say, hey, this is what I'm getting from it. But it's up to you to be in tune into the cards. And I think that's why the cards, Penelope has taken her time to tell us how these cards work, because you have to bless your cards. You have to give the individual time to touch the cards to themselves where you're not touching the cards, so you don't invoke your energy into these cards, because it is a portal in a certain point of view. I don't want to go that deep, but
But yeah, we should cleanse our cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
and y'all don't let me forget our, I can mention that in a little bit. But it's 3:08, and I kind of wanted us to be able to do little mini readings. So, because I don't know, I've been doing a lot of talking today, running my mouth.
I just, to go back on the subject of, it's my youngest daughter. She's born March 24th, so she's an Aries.
Oh, okay.
So
So does she act like she the oldest?
Yeah.
She act like she.
And she the oldest. Then she the oldest.
She's not
She
the
in
oldest,
charge.
she's the youngest. That's the one. Yeah, you, Stephanie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's the one that's in charge. But yeah, Andre, so thank you. Yeah, thank you. And forgive me if I'm, tightening things up. I'll just mention Tet, that that sign, this is it. This is the letter. This is the letter Tet, that it and see how this opens to creation, and it's has everything that's surrounded with it. It says that bringing the Hebrew word Tet, the letter Tet first appears in the Bible. Let me see. I'm find something there. Okay. Okay, it means good is concealed within it. So when this card is drawn, just know that there is, cards work along with everything. It works along with the Bible. It works along with Kabbalah. It works with everything. If you allow that one source to follow through in everything. So this simply means good is concealed within it. Now, I would like for us just to kind of like settle back for a second. Let's see, we have Maria and Harriet. You all have cards, right? So Andre, you're the only one who doesn't really want to have cards, and Joanne, she's just going to be an observer. So what we're going to do is, Andre, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you I'm going to pull the cards for you, for Maria. Okay.
Okay.
So you can do a reading for Maria.
Okay.
Then Maria, I will let you read for Harriet. Harriet, if you don't mind reading for me. Did that work? But then we gotta, then
That works.
Yes.
Andre, then if we got enough time, I'll give you a reading too. So what we're gonna do is we'll just do something quick because I really meant to do this starting at 3 o'clock. I should have, but I didn't because we have more cards now. So now we have 5 cards, but I think what I'll do is because we don't have enough time, and I will do a past, a present, and a future. A 3-card reading. So your present would be kind of like what would be your challenge, because we are right now, So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna do 3 cards. I'm just gonna shuffle a little bit, just change the energy in the cards. And in a minute, I will ask you to tell me each card, when is the card that you want me to stop on, okay? Andre? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so just give me a second. And let's just all take 1 minute just to breathe in new energy, just new energy into our cards, cleansing our cards, breathe new energy into them. And this allow intuition to flow through your mind, to be an open and receptive vessel for intuition to shine through, and to be able to be a part of this reading. Okay, so Andre, I want you to focus on Maria. Maria, you open your mind and be ready for the reading. Andre, you just focus on Maria for a second to see what comes through, and then I'll start to shuffle the cards. You let me know when to stop, okay?
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Stop.
Okay, so the first card is the Emperor. So, okay. Second, and I'm going to keep all of them. Well, I'm going to let them do what they do, because y'all advanced enough. Yeah, y'all advanced enough.
Stop.
Okay. Her present card is the Fool. All of them in that right position so far, so that's good.
Stop.
Okay, and this is the Empress. Okay. Oops. Okay. I didn't know if I had done something. Okay, I don't know. I should do them like this. This looks like 1, 2, and 3, right? Because I'm doing it backwards. So this looks like 1, 2, and 3 to you.
Nope, other way to me.
The other way.
I'm
This way?
yeah,
Okay. Okay, past, present, and future, right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they're all in the upright position. So you read the cards for Maria.
For your past card, Miss Maria, what I'm getting is you have accomplished, you have set your rules, you have set your boundaries, you have set your laws. you stand on what you do, how you believe. That is your strength. I'm also seeing a sunset on that because it's going into your present and you're kind of bored just sitting there, just sitting there, and you know your power, but it's something that you are looking forward to do. It may be small, but it's something that you just want to do for yourself right now. And 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 that's where you are right now. Now you just don't know what it is, and that leads to your future, but you have so many ideas. You just have to choose one and then get on that path. So it's kind of so those three cards are kind of like they're gonna revert. They're gonna revert because whatever you do is gonna come back to you achieving to what you want to do. So you just have to pick something that you want to do for yourself. That's what I got.
Oh, cool beans. So Maria, how did you feel about your reading?
Wow.
And do
Yes.
you have any questions or comments?
No, he hit it on point, and that's exactly how it is. Yeah. A lot has gone on, so, and that's how I am. I'm very a strong person, and just to know that I just need to do some changes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
oh
Cool
wow,
beans.
that was fun.
And this is one of the things is that, because we are kind of like, we are a tarot group. We meet together regularly. So our connection is going to be a little bit stronger. But this goes to show how intuition works, because well, cards tell you truth anyway. You can flip a card and it's still going to tell you something about you. But because here we are, I'm holding the cards. He doesn't even have a deck of cards. So this is how intuition works, because we are going to get to this point where we don't need anything physical that will that will capture the thought, you know. So tarot is a good stepping stone, but it can be used by anybody. So if anybody comes up and say, oh no, only special people know how to do the tarot, it's available to everybody. It's available to everybody. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so Harriet, Maria will read Harriet's cards. So the only cards that we're working with are just the magician, the fool, the magician, the high priestess, the empress, and the emperor. Those are the only cards that we're working with right now, because those are the ones that we are so these are the only cards that we're going to read from right now. Because we read, we do what we know. Okay, so what I want you to do, Harriet, are you available?
I'm here.
Okay. So Harriet and Maria, y'all just kind of focus in on what each other are, what each other's intuition is. Y'all kind of combine there. And Harriet, this is what I did, Maria, to just take your cards and just do them like this. And when she says stop, you pull the one that she says stop on, okay? Wait a minute, you're muted.
I put my cards all back in the deck. Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry. The Queen's Judgment, the World.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm running back and forth. I just won this fight with this turkey. So
Uh-oh, you won, you won?
I won. I won.
I know that's right.
I'm just trying to let him cool off before I cut him. So I won this fight with this
Mhm.
turkey. So I had to
You
tell
made him
somebody.
say yum.
Gobble gobble.
You made him say yum.
Okay, so I'm missing one. I have the Fool, the Magician, or the
Uh-huh.
Emperor, the Empress, and the High Priestess, right?
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
The food magician, the high priestess, the empress, and the emperor. You got the
Yeah.
emperor, right?
Yeah, there's 5, correct?
Okay, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, you know, while y'all are focusing on, you know, I want you just to focus on, you know, just connecting with Harriet, seeing, you know, so that you can be an open and receptive vessel. And just flip the cards like this. Flip the cards like that. And when she says stop, that's, you know, that's the one you stop on, okay? And
Do I
you
show it
stop.
to her? Did I show it to this way or this way?
Oh, you don't, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter, you know, yeah. Okay, go ahead, Harriet. So when you,
Wait, now, Maria is shuffling and she's gonna read for me, right?
yes,
Okay,
so you just tell her to stop when you want to hear that card.
oh, okay,
Mhm.
gotcha. Stop.
Okay, so your first card is the high priestess. Okay.
And that's the past.
Upright, and it's in the upright position. Okay, so go ahead, Harriet.
Stop.
Okay, your second card, which is the present, is the emperor, and that's in the upright position. First card is the future, second card is the present. I mean, the past, present, and future. Stop, listen to me.
Okay. Stop.
Okay, so your future card is the magician. Okay, so your cards are the high priestess as the past, the present is the emperor, and the future is the magician. Okay, so go ahead, Maria, give her your impressions and the things that you know about the card. Okay, you're on mute. Yeah, there you go.
From the past with the High Priestess, I feel like there was some mystery, some type of some things that have gone from the past, just calmness, but let me see. Positive, standing firm, you know, of what you have gone through. You have, you know, it's a lot of belief, you know, faith into that from the past that's getting you into things that have happened that has led you to something is like towards the Bible, you know, in that sense of the past, that you will continue. I guess it's in the present right now, you know, which is the emperor That's pretty much on that one. I'm still getting used to this, the emperor.
Mhm.
So, and the emperor, well, from everything from the past with the faith, you know, it's something with the church, something, you know, in that it's where you're at right now, that it'll be okay. You know, everything's fine. We all learn from our past anyways, you know, to get to where we are now. It didn't lead us to the future. What else? I don't know, but about the future, which is the magician, it's just that there's just you never know. You never know what even though it's things to learn, you know, still learning. And we learn, like I said, we learn from the past. You learned. I'm still with the magician. But you stand on your grounds. It's going to be like that, no matter what. Because you have like the cup and the sword and all the, you know, everything else that follows, and it'll be okay. Just stability. That's what I have for now.
Okay.
That is so on point.
So
Thank
Oh.
you.
you're welcome.
Go beans. And when that's just the thing when we're reading cards, we're doing tarot, you do want to be able to kind of listen and feel the word to say. You know, you might be thinking one thing because, you know, this is a fierce card. I mean, you might see it as a fierce card, but the feeling that you get is not fierce, you know. So, you know, we do want to, so don't feel, you know, don't feel bad if you are kind of grappling for the words or trying to figure out what it is that you want to feel, because that's what we're doing here. We're learning how to articulate and to be able to put our feelings into a language that that we can understand. First of all, you know, we want to be telling them as much as we can, but also understanding, you know, whoever it is that our client is or whoever we're reading, that they will understand it as well. Yeah, well, it's 3:29, 3:30. Oh my gosh. So this time went by so quickly. Andre, I'm gonna have to do your cards later. Have I ever done your cards, Harriet? Have I done a reading for you?
No.
I'm gonna have to. We've already done about five cards. we've had plenty of opportunities, but when we get together, we're doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna have to put that on my calendar that I still haven't gotten yet.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it for today. Are there any other questions or comments about tarot or about the cards or anything else in general? Or intuition or anything, you know, anything that we have discussed today?
Well, all I can say is that today's session, and especially the reading from Maria, and she was so on point. I began to get like, they weren't goosebumps, but it was a feeling, a strong feeling of, she was just so on point. I, you know, as you said, it's difficult for me to put it into words exactly what I feel, but it was a good feeling. That's all I have to say.
Okay, yeah, because this is kind of like our round table.
Mhm.
So how can you apply what we learned today to your life, Harriet, since we're doing the round table?
It has given me a better understanding that I should not be fearful of 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 how I express myself, but just learn to pay attention. And Maria talked about, and I have become more of a Bible scholar in the past several years. And it just takes me to the book of Proverbs that talks about how using the wisdom and the knowledge that we do have to make a better lives, not only for ourselves, but for our environment and those around us.
Cool beans, thanks. How about you, Maria? You want to go next for the round table? What did you get from our class today, and how can you apply it to our life, to your life?
Yes, with so much going on, Andre, he was on point too. Oh my goodness, when he started all the way to the end, I mean, every single word, phrase, sentence, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a sign. And it's just how we connect. I've always said that before in other groups, that it's not just Tara, but we've met, that there is that connection that we have. I could feel the energy, even though I don't know what was the heaviness on my back, but I just knew that with the group, that's where I'm in it. I've been out of tune. And I've been saying that all the time too, to myself, that I'm glad that I was able to, come back. And it's not that I don't forget about you guys, because it's not. It's just that sometimes we just, with life and everything, and days go by so quickly when you notice. So, but I what Andre has put into that, and I just need to stand firm, and I got to find myself. I really do. I mean, I know who I am, but sometimes with strong people just need to know that, it's okay to break down. It's okay. It's not always that you can't always be the one in charge or trying to handle everything. It's okay. So with what he's put out there for me, and then, what he said and everything, it'll be okay. I'll be okay. I always have you guys.
Thank you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. How about you, Andre? What did you learn from our class today, and how can you apply it to your life?
First, thank you for allowing me into, your realm to read you all's cards, and allowing us to be in each other's spaces to be able to experiment and do these things. Most people do, I'm learning, most people do these things unconsciously to us, and they invade, and they don't know how to use what they're using. So we're learning how to invite one another into our spaces where we can have a conversation like that. So thank you all for allowing me into your space, first of all. Secondly, what I've learned is that we're no different from each other. We are all learning the same methods, and we all fear the same things. We all want greater for ourselves and one another, but we're looking for a path, and no one should tell us that a path is a negative path or a scary path. So that's what I've learned.
Well, I can go next. The thing that I got from today's class is, more faith. I got more faith here. It was, I want to, it was really comforting for me, because this is, Inner Haven is like my baby. Inner Haven is my baby. So, it really means a lot when people come and say, I am, this is something that that I stayed away from for many, many years, but I trust you so much that I don't mind opening myself up to that. That puts me right where this is what I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. In my own personal opinion, I am right where the creation wants me. I am allowing myself to flow through creation. So this is such a blessing to me today. And how can I apply this to my life? Just simply to believe it, because something will happen somewhere in the next 10 minutes and I'm going to want to, beat myself up about something. But all I have to do is remember that I am right where I'm supposed to be. God showed me that today. He showed me that through you people who love me and show me your love. So I appreciate that. Joanne, would you like to join in on the round table? She might be still walking her little doggy.
I'm not walking my dog. I was sitting there eating.
What T-Man Andre gave you some of his turkey?
No, I wish, but no, I mean, I'm glad I'm listening to y'all, and I'm a firm believer. Y'all are helping me better understand the readings. That's all. And I appreciate that. I listened through the whole thing. I was only outside with Banjo 3 minutes, let him go potty and come right back in.
Well, I appreciate this. I appreciate this so much because, like I said, this is, and so, look at there now. Look at there.
Oh, that look good.
That look good. Okay. Okay. Let me finish right here. Okay. Okay. He telling me some of his important business. Okay. A red skateboard from Target. That's his important business.
If that's what I have to worry about, that's the best thing in the world.
Right.
There you go.
So yeah. So and just to do an Inner Haven commercial. We are coming up on 7 years. 7 years for Inner Haven on the oh golly, and I had the date the other day. On the last day of February, the last Saturday, not the last day, but the last Saturday in February. Something tells me I want to say it's the 24th.
It's time to celebrate. Get together.
Yes. So I'm thinking about something in a 7 theme. I was kind of thinking about the 70s because y'all know how I love the 70s. So I am kind of thinking about, I hope I can get my house together, so within that time period. And because I wouldn't mind having a little something over here, but we have to see. But anyway, in the meantime, y'all think up a something to do that where we're going to be talking about the number 7. It's the 25th. It's February the 25th. So think of a theme. Think of something that we want to do. Think of something that would be fun, and I'll try we'll start about getting that together. Let's see, what else do I have? On Wednesday we have on Wednesday we're having our Course in Miracles group. That's from 5 to 6:30. That's and I'm hope I'm getting better at posting or sending out the recordings. So if you all want a recording and you haven't gotten it, please let me know, because I have to get better at that, and I want to get better at that. So I'm asking for help for that. On the Thursday we are doing Introduction to Gnosis. This is a book by Samuel Ian Vuor. So we did one book by him earlier, and so we're doing this second book. So It's a lot, it's a little bit easier for me because I work with the first, but some of his writing can be a little, stiff or tough or something, little difficult. But anyway, and that was a selling point. So y'all can see, you can see why I'm not a good salesman. That was the selling point. It's really hard to read, y'all.
I'm trying to
But
cook,
but it's easier than the last one. So
Y'all
yeah,
cracking jokes. I'm trying to cook.
yeah. I'm sorry, but anyway, so this is on Thursdays, and this is from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So y'all come on in. It's a great discussion.
Mhm.
We do have good discussions. Everything kind of fits in, and I
And don't
think,
forget the homework.
oh
I
yeah,
said, don't forget
does
the
have
homework.
It does come with homework. Yeah. Let's see. Do we have? I don't think we have anything for next Saturday coming. Do we? Do we have anything for next Saturday? Because I think what's next Sunday?
It's my birthday. It's my
Oh, is
birthday.
Next
Ooh.
Sunday is your birthday?
Saturday.
Next Saturday is your birthday. No. What's today?
How old you gonna
Today
be,
is the
T-Man?
21st. Yeah.
I'm joining the 40 and up club.
All right.
Oh, you old man. So now your knees are creaky.
Hey, I can't wait to get my AARP card.
A lot of benefits there.
Yeah, it is. But you probably still don't mind driving at night.
Nah, I don't like driving no more.
You're going for 40, so that's good.
Well, thanks for that. Happy birthday. We gotta have us a happy birthday party for Andre. So shoot, we don't know whether you're gonna be here. But we will still have a happy birthday. So yeah, we don't have a plan for the 28th. But I do remember that Sakina said that she will come in on the 29th and to discuss the
Dimensions.
Yeah, so she's going to discuss dimensions on the 29th, but we don't have anything for the 28th. So hint, hint, anybody want to, if you all want to come in and lead a class, please feel free. We are all teachers and we are all students at the same time. So, you don't have to know all of the information. So, yeah, so just think about it for that Saturday. All righty, so that's it. This is our class for today, and we have run over a lot. Actually, it's 3:43. But would anyone like to close us out in prayer, or if anybody else can think of something else that they need to say or anything? Okay, would anyone like to lead us out in prayer, close us out in prayer?
I will.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Miss Harriet.
Let us sit back, take in a full, deep, cleansing breath. Let go all of the negativity and dis-ease that we might feel. And now let us be grateful for the time that we have spent together today and learning from each other and loving each other and embracing the knowledge that we gained from this time together. And let us use that knowledge and understanding to help us to grow and be better citizens of the universe. And as we grow, we help each other by holding on to each other and pulling each other up from whatever depths we may occasionally find ourselves. Let us all keep each other in thought and prayer and love and embrace each other. And so it is.
Bye,
So it
everybody.
is.
Spread love, everyone. Have a good week.
All
Thank
right,
you.
You too.
love you. Bye.
Thank you.
Peace
Bye.
and blessings.
Mhm.